So as evidenced by all of the plants currently dotting the ground and all of that, this has been a bit dormant, as tends to happen over from time to time in this project. So I haven't done much on this in the last couple of months, and that's largely because the workshop that I mentioned in the last video with the extension of the rails around to the front of the yard is moving along actually quicker than I was expecting, and so I've been putting most of my time and effort into that. So the railway itself still is where it was in February in terms of reaching the back, which I mean isn't the highest of priorities in the world, but the eventual goal with the workshop is that it will not only keep this project going, but allow me to do a lot of the other work that I sort of is my real job. So that's taking significantly higher priority than this right now. And I will show you a little bit about what I'm doing over there, and maybe that will be of interest to people, is what I'm doing to renovate the shop and moving all my machines and such. I did a previous look at the one-car garage shop, which was absolutely packed to the gills, so I have significantly more room now, but again, with more room comes more responsibility about setting it all up and using it well. And unfortunately, the process of moving and doing all of that doesn't exactly film the greatest, so you'd pretty much just see me throwing boxes and shelving together and all of that. So I haven't really recorded much of that, but if it's something that you'd like to see, then maybe I could try to set up the tripod and do a little bit more of that. But for now, I don't really intend to video too much of that. Again, I'll do a bit of a walking tour of it and sort of progress in stages instead of while it's happening, just so that I don't get too distracted with the filming while I'm working. But anyway, so let's go check out what I've been doing. But just as an overview, this is the new space. So it's about 24 by 24, and I have it reasonably moving along. This was where our family business was operating out of, and we've recently moved that to a new location, so this is now becoming where I'm doing my metalworking and such. And so, of course, it's not just having a space, that I want it to be something that I can also be proud of as just a project in itself. So I've put together this gantry crane, which is a short 9-foot beam and 1-ton trolley and chain hoist, which I've had for a while but never was able to put to good use. It's just these large A-frames made with a piece of 3.5-inch diameter pipe, a couple angle iron braces, a rather large gusset at the bottom, and some 8-inch swivel casters that the whole crane slides back and forth with relative ease instead of swiveling all over the place. But if you do want to move it in more than just a linear fashion, you can unlock the swivels and push it all around. So I'm rather happy with what that's done, and it's really been quite a help, because as you can see on the floor here, another one of the things that I've gotten my hands into is this rather large hydraulic press. So this is the cylinder sat on the floor, and over here is the base and table of it, and this here is the pump, well, motor, and then the pump unit right there. It's all one unit. It's got a tank underneath of it. So the hope with this is if you remember the design of the locomotive having all of the rivets on it. The press will be eventually set up to punch holes and set rivets hydraulically instead of pneumatically. However, in more recent development, and what's actually set up, because this is going to take a lot more work, is I put this air compressor in service, so it's all wired up and nice. And so I've got a really nice large hose for it with the proper twist lock glad hand connection, and a setup with the regulator gauge, so regulated output and then just a straight from the compressor output. So this will be able to run the pneumatic riveting hammers. We'll be able to do that a bit more immediately than when the hydraulic press is set up. Also, what's been seen in other ones or in past videos is this vertical mill, which is still chugging along just fine. I'm not sure if this is going to be its ultimate home. At least in this part of the shop, it might move out into the middle as I have to move other things in. The plan is to have most of the machines along this wall. I have the Buffalo drill press from the other garage, which you've seen me make multiple pieces of things on. So with the cart videos and any time that I've been drilling anything large, it's been this guy. And I still need to put an outlet behind him, so it's not plugged in right now. I've just been running an extension cord. This is eventually where my lathe will reside. So I've transferred the setup that I had before of the board with all the tooling for it, or at least part of the tooling for it. And this should sit right where it was relative to the lathe before, right in the middle. And then I've got got some wiring run for it, and it's now the end of April, so it's only really been 2 months, and it's this is what it is now, and it used to look more like this. So quite a difference, quite a change, and I'm happy with it. But that's where I've been, that's what I'm doing, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.